咗夠法定人數嘅。
Members, it is time to make a start. We have a technical quorum. Confirmation of the minutes of the meeting held on the 12th of June. Can I take the minutes as confirmed? Matters arising meeting with the CS, there is nothing in particular to report. Business arising from previous council meetings, Legal Service Division report on subsidiary legislation gazetted on June the 12th and tabled on June the 17th. Legal advisor, please. Chairman, thank you. There are 4 items of subsidiary legislation. Please refer to paper LS 72, 14 to 15. They have to do with the intellectual property ordinances, they're namely patents ordinance, registered designs ordinance, trademarks ordinance, layout design topography of integrated circuits, designation of qualifying countries, territories and areas, regulation. And this is to reflect the latest list of contracting parties to the Paris Convention and the WTO. Members, please. Be seated, please. The administration submitted a paper to the panel on commerce and industry. All the subsidiary legislation come into operation on the 27th of November 2015. They are of a technical nature. No difficulties have been identified. Subcommittee? No? For amendments, the deadline is the second meeting of the next legislative year. Further business for the council meeting of June the 24th, 2015. If, in the opinion of the President, the business cannot be finished at 10, then the President will consider suspending the meeting at 8 to be resumed at 9 on the 25th of June, and the meeting will be adjourned when all the business is completed. Next, report number 24/14 to 15 of the House Committee on consideration of subsidiary legislation and other instruments. And there is one item there, the pharmacy and poison amendment regulation. No member indicated an intention to speak. Members' motion, proposed resolution to be moved by Honourable Dennis Kwok under 34.4 of the Interpretation and General Courses Ordinance in relation to the Foreign Lawyers Practice Amendment Rules 2015, Solicitors Practice Amendment Rules 2015, and Limited Liability Partnerships Top-Up Insurance Rules. This will be extended to the next legislative year. Next, under the Section 34.4 of the Interpretation and General Clauses Ordinance, I will be moving a resolution in relation to Import and Export General Amendment Regulation 2015, Imported Game, Meat and Poultry Amendment Regulation 2015, and Food Business Amendment Regulation 2015, and this will be extended to the first meeting of the next legislative year. Advance information on business for Council meeting of July 8th, 2015. Bills first and second reading, Chinese Permanent Cemeteries Amendment Bill 2015. We're going to deal with this at the last House Committee meeting. Reports of the Bills Committee and subcommittees. First, report of the Bills Committee on Insurance Companies Amendment Bill 2014. Mr. Wong Ting Kwong. Chairman, the purpose of the Insurance Companies Amendment Bill 2014 is to establish an independent insurance authority, or IIA. The Bills Committee held a total of 24 meetings with the administration and met deputations and the trade to hear their views. Members were mostly in support of the bill to strengthen regulation of the insurance industry and to offer better protection for policyholders. In scrutinizing the bill, the Bills Committee discussed, among others, the following issues: the composition, functions, and powers of the IIA, the inspection, investigatory powers, and disciplinary sanctions in respect of insurers and insurance intermediaries, and checks and balances. We also discussed the licensing system, transitional arrangement, and conduct requirements for the intermediaries. As well as the work of the Insurance Appeals Tribunal, or IAT. All the details are set out in the report. The administration will move CSAs to the bill, but the Bills Committee will not. The Bills Committee has no objection to the resumption debate scheduled to take place on July 8th. Thank you, Chairman. Next, report of the Bills Committee on Electronic Health Record Sharing System Bill. Mr. Charles Mock. Beg your pardon, Chairman. Members are generally in support of the purpose of the bill to set up a legal framework for the EHR sharing system, the sharing of data and information, as well as the protection of the system so as to enhance the connectivity of the healthcare system. In view of the sensitivity of the information, most members stressed the need to strengthen the privacy protection of HCRs in the system, not least the freedom of choice in data sharing on the part of the HCRs. HCPs should ensure that healthcare workers should only be allowed to gain access on a need basis. HCRs should have the right to authorize access and correct information, etc. Also, members think that healthcare workers should be allowed access to the system for performing healthcare services outside Hong Kong. To address members' concerns, the administration will move committee stage amendments to certain provisions. The Bills Committee will support these CSAs. The Bills Committee is given to understand that Dr. Leung Kai Lau intends to move his own CSAs to the proposed arrangement regarding HCR's joining consent and sharing consent. Members noted that the administration will move some technical amendments to which members have no objection. The deliberations are sent out in the report. The administration indicated that the resumption debate is scheduled to take place on July the 8th. Thank you. Moving on to the Inland Revenue Amendment Bill 2015, Mr. Christopher Chung. Chairman, the purpose of the Inland Revenue Amendment Bill 2015 is to extend the profits tax exemption for offshore funds under the Inland Revenue Ordinance to cover offshore private equity funds. The Bills Committee held 2 meetings with the administration to discuss the bill. Members had no objections to the proposals. In the course of scrutiny, the Bills Committee had in-depth discussions on the cost and benefits of the proposed tax exemption and discussed the feasibility of extending the exemption further to local companies. Neither the Bills Committee nor the administration will move any committee stage amendments to the bill. The Bills Committee has no objection to the resumption of second reading debate. The administration has given notice that the resumption debate will take place on July the 8th, 2015. The deliberations of the Bills Committee are set out in detail in the report for members' information. Next, Bills Committee on Electoral Legislation Miscellaneous Amendments Bill 2015. Mr. Ip Kok Him. Chairman, thank you. The purpose of the bill is to make technical amendments concerning the electorate of the functional constituencies. The name of a functional constituency, counting procedures, and textual errors for the 2016 electoral election. The Bills Committee held 3 meetings with the administration and met deputations and members of the public to hear their views. Some members are concerned that the administration never responded to some individual bodies' request to join the functional constituency. Members sought explanation from the administration regarding the procedures and considerations. According to the administration, under existing practice, during a change of terms, the administration will consult relevant bureaus and departments to review whether there is a need to adjust the electorate of the functional constituency under the electoral ordinance. The administration further explained that the proposal in the bill are made having regard to the views of the relevant bureaus and departments. As usual, the administration will notify the relevant bodies of the outcome of the application after the legislative process. Also, some members are concerned that some princess associations were restricted to be registered in the insurance functional constituency, and it was considered unreasonable. The administration explained that since the association is an association of underwriters approved by the insurance authority under the insurance company's ordinance to carry on insurance business, and according to the LCO, it fulfills the eligibility to be registered in insurance functional constituency. The association can only be registered for the insurance FC and not for another FC. As regards the change of title for architectural surveying and planning functional constituency to become the architectural surveying, planning and landscape functional constituency to reflect the composition of the FC, members have no objection at all. Neither the administration nor the Bills Committee will move any committee stage amendments. The Bills Committee has no objection to the resumption of second reading debate on July 8th. We will submit a written report shortly. Thank you. Just a reminder that for the 4 bills, the amendment should come forth before 27th of June. Decision of the committees as of 18th of June, there are 13 Bills committees, 8 SC under the House, and 9 SCs under the panels. There are 5 on the waiting list. I've got no other business. Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.